Welcome back.
Welcome back to Fremery Leak. No accidents, no cars, no damage today. Just fun, family, freakouts.
It's all right, gang. We'll get them next time.
All right. Fuck up. What's your name?
My name is Benjamin Bellbeast 2 Benjamin.
And my name is Geron. Delay the game, Geron.
Post to delay Silksong. And that's what we're doing here. We're delaying Silksong.
Here we are.
Permanently.
Good. The game is a scourge on the scourge on our industry. No, I'm kidding. It's fine. The game played fine. That boss I need to beat now, or else I'm gonna be thinking about it all day. But
I know that's how fucking I get. If I spend like 15 minutes retrying a boss like 4 or 5 times, and I like know I'm getting further, and I have to like go to bed, I'm just laying in bed, just like But sometimes that's what you need.
Sometimes it's what you need, but
2 times,
you
I know it's
with
painful.
It.
It's really hard to not want to just binge it until you get it.
Yeah.
But 2 times now, I go to bed getting fucked up, and I wake up the next day, and once I get to the point where I can play, I literally beat it on the first try.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it sets in. I know what to do. I'm locked in.
Rest is fucking important.
It is.
Your
brain doesn't know how much it needs.
Your brain knows exactly how much it needs it. Your consciousness does not know. Your brain knows, because your brain is making those connections while you're asleep.
It's like desperately starving.
Yeah. It's with anything, making artwork, fucking playing an instrument, fucking walking. If you just chill for a day,
it's true. Having a baby is crazy, because like it's weird to see like a baby struggling to sleep because their brain is developing and trying to connect and figure out how to like move and crawl and like have coordination.
It's doing the math,
and
like,
your brain
actively.
is like evolving at such a rapid rate that's part of why babies sleep regress.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty fucking fascinating. And I can see it when I like put the baby down now. Sometimes he'll like be in bed and he'll like be asleep, but his body will start like rocking.
He'll just start
like
doing shit.
His legs start kicking again.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, damn, that's sad. Because he'll like start like whimpering a little until he like goes back to bed.
Until he just...
Yeah. And it's just like, same with eating. Like, not knowing how to eat and like trying to figure out what's going on, but like you see other people doing it and you're trying to figure out
the mechanics.
Yeah, how does it work?
Yeah, without shit, like understanding what's going on inside. And being like, oh, you can't say, oh, I want to teeth.
Babies are crazy, man.
Fucking
gamers are just adult babies.
And let me tell you what gamers are. You can't say adult babies on this fucking podcast. I'm actually not going to permit that.
Gamers are adult babies
in regards to gamers,
that need to let their brain live and learn and breathe and grow.
But if you tell gamers live and learn, they're going to immediately default to Sonic.
Crush 42.
Yeah.
Crush 24 beers in a day.
But really, seriously, like, I know this isn't what this was about, but even so I've been playing Street Fighter 6 more than I had been.
Why is that?
A mix of...
Is it because of your favorite streamer?
It's a mix. I was already going to do so anyway, so I ended up buying.
She's been grinding, right?
She wants to rank up
or whatever.
She watched some videos and she wants to like.
And she was asking about what footsies are.
So I was like, "This is perfect timing.
What are
like perfect timing."
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I didn't say anything. Just instantly, but but it's like. I'll play a little bit toward the end of the night or something like that. And I'll be like, I keep pressing buttons when I shouldn't, blah, blah, blah. I'll wake up. I'll try to play a little bit in the morning before I've drained my sauce. That doesn't sound good. Before I've drained my energy on like work and shit like that. And I'll be like, I'm the most patient I can possibly be at this time of day. I'm getting all my punishes. I'm not fumbling inputs, and the stuff that I thought about the night before, I'm actually being able to do without thinking now, because my brain had a moment to set it in. And like I said, that's with fucking anything. I'm just contextualizing this with video games. We're just sitting here, but even just like conversation. If you've been up all night, you're probably a little less you might be less inhibitive in the way you speak, but you're less coherent for obvious reasons.
Right. You know what you're trying to say, but it's not coming out the way you want to say it.
Right. You'll wake up and be like, fuck, I found the fucking word that I meant to use when I was talking to this person.
Yeah. You're not as quick. Your brain's not firing on all cylinders.
Exactly, because it's on the downward slope.
You might think you feel the same, but your brain's like, mm-mm.
You absolutely do not. You fucking
I don't know what to do. I got no juice. I got no fuel.
Your body's healing and shit.
I need gamer fuel, dog.
You don't need gamer fucking fuel. But yeah, sleep is fucking important, and y'all motherfuckers should not miss out on it, because if you do, you're gonna feel bad. You're gonna feel bad. You're gonna feel bad. And I feel for you if you've got insomnia or something, like some other kind of sleep disorder that prevents you from sleeping at a normal time or
Insomnia's crazy.
It sucks. Or getting a restful sleep in the first place.
I worked with a guy who had really bad clinical insomnia, and he had to go to the hospital because he was awake for 3 straight days or something. And so he had to miss a week of work. Yeah,
he had to miss a fucking week because his body wouldn't let him miss a night.
That's crazy. Sleep disorders are crazy.
Yeah.
Don't have them.
No. I don't have them. But if you've got to have one, some of you know who I'm talking about right now. Like, some of you know who you are when I say this. Just make sure you're taking care of yourself and get the support of the people around you. Genuinely, for real. But look, it's been 2 weeks, or has it been 1 week? I think it's been 2 weeks.
Don't worry about it.
It's not important. Fuck it. All right. Some games have come the fuck out.
A lot is coming out. A lot is coming out.
Yeah, in the last couple of days. Shit. But I mean, we don't even need to go into what's coming out, because we've got at least 3 things that have come out already.
What?
Metal Gear Kirby update.
Oh yeah. We played most of these. And
your favorite new game.
Yeah. Hollow Knight Silksong. HKSS.
I can't believe that's out.
It finally came out. 7 years in the making.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you about Silksong real quick.
All right.
Because we were just touching.
We'll start with it. Yeah.
I'm surprised people are like, this is the GOATY. I think it's very good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think it's dramatically better, in my opinion, than Hollow Knight.
I think it makes a much better first impression.
Yeah.
I can absolutely attest to that.
For sure. I think Hollow Knight first impression is kind of rough around the edges. It feels kind of bad because you truly have no tools or abilities to navigate the world or do damage, and you just feel really pathetic.
You feel like it's
kind of the point. You're supposed to feel like a little worm.
Of course,
you're a little bug in the ground,
like a beetle, like a horned beetle. Yeah.
But I think just as a game, I feel like part of it is also they were leaning into the whole Dark Souls angle of it.
Yeah.
Because the games have the Dark Souls mechanic of death and respawn and get your shit, and you lose all your money and whatever.
Ironically, I was about to say Hollow Knight. Shovel Knight does do that too, which is funny to me. Where you die and your stuff.
Shovel Knight does do that, yeah, but it's in a linear fashion instead of an open world fashion.
Yeah, like open air fashion kind of thing.
Metroidvania fashion at least, which all Dark Souls games are.
Yeah, I mean they're I think it's easy to just call them adventure games at that point because people want to classify everything as Metroidvania.
But from the color palette to how the game makes you feel, it really felt like Hollow Knight was very firmly the 2D Dark Souls game.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I don't really care for that mechanic.
Yeah.
I don't love it. That's also why I say Castlevania is the original 2D Dark Souls game. We're not talking about Castlevania.
Yeah, we're not talking about it. I decided I was going to latch on.
Yeah, so Hollow Knight, it felt like an indie game, as a Kickstarter success. Sold huge amounts, more than I remembered.
Yeah.
It sold more than Undertale.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about.
Right. Considering the popularity of Undertale, too. And I think Hollow Knight had the benefit of just not having anything else for a while. And so if you wanted to get on the Hollow Knight bus, you had to get on the.
And it was it felt like it was one of the earlier Switch titles too.
Yeah, I think it came out either the first or second year. It was very early because I remember.
Yeah, because I played it in 2018, and my memories of it are playing on a cruise ship in Alaska on the dinky little TV. I brought my dock just to have something.
Yeah,
because there were a lot of days that we would just travel through the water.
Right.
And so I remember that. I remember getting lost in Hollow Knight, genuinely lost, and being like, "Fuck, I don't have internet."
To check.
I did figure it out, but Hollow Knight felt a little more obtuse, a little bit unrefined, so to speak.
Yeah,
it was good. I like the pogo action. I like how the game eventually feels as you master it and get all skills, all the movement skills, and put it together. I think the bosses of Hollow Knight are my favorite part. They were all unique, well designed, varied, and very satisfying to learn and subsequently beat. None of them feel cheap. They all have that classic, not Metroid, but Castlevania angle. Like, I'll say like the GBA to DS Castlevania games where they're intended to be beaten without getting hit.
Yeah, you're intended to be able to know hit.
Yeah, you can read the signs of the bosses and reasonably dodge them once you learn what you're looking at. And so that was always my favorite part. I did everything in Hollow Knight except for like the boss rush Pantheon stuff.
Was that DLC or
it was part of the DLC?
That was part of the DLC. Okay, yeah.
Hollow Knight had a fuck ton of DLC.
Yeah.
The Switch version, I think when it came out, had everything included.
Did it have everything or did it have some of it? I feel like not all of it was out because the Switch version didn't come out that much later.
Yeah, I don't know because at least the point when I played it, it had everything.
Okay.
I actually don't know. I don't
Yeah, all right.
Anyway, but the shit was tight. All the DLC was tight. You could feel it getting better.
Yeah.
Like more polished. As the DLC
went on, as if you're like,
like it's very obvious which bosses were DLC bosses because like there was more going on.
Yeah,
they had more ideas behind them,
and that they
were more interesting.
They understood how to make them work. I'm sure too.
Right,
and they could trust the player to have the skill set to deal with them at that point too.
Yeah, and then Silksong was announced in 2019, and then they fell off the fucking face of the earth, and it became its own self-perpetuating meme.
Yeah,
which is an interesting tactic to think about, right? Because on the one hand, it self-generated a lot of viral marketing that they had no hand in.
Yeah.
They would do a spare tweet here and there that, maybe would generate a little bit of buzz and remind people that they were alive.
And some of the not publishers, but like the console manufacturers had their pages up and you see little like edits come up every once in a while, like on Steam, the Steam page or something like that. And people would be like, oh shit, it's happening. And it'd be another 2 years before.
Yeah, a lot of Silksong win, in fact, all the Nintendo Directs, and all the state of plays.
The funniest thing about the Nintendo side of it is that that page for the game, that shit was like the same up to release. The rating pending icon, you couldn't pre-purchase it, of course, because it's an indie game. Those don't get the privilege of
preload,
being able to pre-buy and all that kind of stuff,
which is funny because it crashed all the digital stores.
Exactly, all the day the game came out.
I don't remember the last time that happened.
I can't remember the last time it happened like that. Like I tried to load up Street Fighter 6 and Virtua Fighter 5, and both of them while they're trying to do their cloud save sync, which you don't need it to play it, so it's not like I couldn't play the game. Well, that's bullshit. Street Fighter 6, you need to be able to connect to it to play it right. And not being able to connect to it was entirely because of Silksong.
Yeah.
Like Steam was fucked because of that.
So yeah, on the one hand, it is great marketing because it self-generates and doesn't cost a thing.
It costs $0.
On the other hand, it's a risk because it generates potentially wildly unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
You get a whole swath of people that don't know what to expect or have forgotten what to expect.
Right.
Because like for me, I played it in 2018. I hadn't remembered what Hollow Knight's difficulty curve was totally like.
Yeah.
And I imagine anybody that either played it for, not 100% like I did, or just didn't even play it at all, wanted to get in on it at some point to like see what the buzz was about.
What it was all about. Yeah.
Which again is great for sales, but I think just as equally, if Silksong had been in any way not as tuned and refined as it ended up being, it could have like really blown back in their face.
It could have really crashed the whole.
It could have been. It could have gotten to like a death threat situation easily.
Yeah, which is it's absurd that you have to be able to say that, but that's how these motherfuckers work.
Yeah, and so that's sort of the risk component is like, and I imagine that's also probably why it took 7 years. They said that they really enjoyed making the game, and that's genuinely why it took so long. I also imagine there was an element of like, it probably was in a playable state in like 2023. And they probably took 2 years of being like really
need to polish
sure
the shit out of this. We need to make sure
there were
this
no
is
bugs.
Not going,
it wasn't going to be fucked
no
up.
Bugs. Get it. But I assume outside, like my assumption when a game is delayed that way is that there's problems with it, or not delayed.
I think that was everyone assumed it was a development hell situation. scope creep.
Yeah,
all
feature
the-
creep,
yeah.
scope creep, all that kind of thing is a worry.
Especially if it's an
the game
indie developer of like 3 people.
Exactly.
Like, it's very easy to be like, oh,
team.
we want to go big. We want to go big with this
Yeah.
one. Let's go big and go home. Like,
And when I was in college, I listened to people saying out loud they wanted to make the next Skyrim. Like, you're not going to do that. Don't do that.
yeah.
Don't try to do that. You're not doing that today. Don't even aspire to that yet. Oh, why don't you're shutting down people's dreams? Shut the fuck up. I'm not shutting down people's dreams. I'm making sure they make something first.
Yeah.
Making sure they can make something at all.
So, getting into the game, it launched. I downloaded it. I didn't play it right away because my friend Yue wanted to play it at the same time and kind of like talk through the beginning part of the game because I got him to play Hollow Knight because I know that he really likes like
those
grim, dark, immersive storytelling through like, you know,
like environmental
storytelling. He likes a lot of that stuff. He loves Elden Ring, you know. So
yeah, I mean, he got you playing those.
I knew he would like Hollow Knight, and so I got him into that, and he of course fucking loved it. And so he was like really excited for Silksong. We finally started playing it. My immediate reaction is this is Hollow Knight, but just more polished.
Yeah.
Which is what it is, you know.
I mean, that's really what it had to be.
Yeah, so it's exactly what it had to be, and that gave me a lot of like relief. Yeah, knowing that they probably weren't gonna like try to do anything too crazy with it. Mm-hmm. They probably weren't gonna have any kind of a scope creep situation and like you know kind of stretch it too thin. Yeah. But on the other hand, you know, going back to the whole like cries of like this is goaty, this is goated, this is the best game ever, this is the best Metroidvania. It surprises me because like there's been a lot of, I would think, more innovative games that have come out this year alone. Yeah. You know, I think Death Stranding 2, more of an iteration of Death Stranding 1. I need to get through it to be able to say for sure. Donkey Kong Bonanza is a really interesting way of both technically how they implemented it and sort of how they designed a game that wasn't really a platformer, you know? It's carving its own sort of niche.
It's sort of a platformer, but it uses the platformer as a context to literally destroy it. Like you can jump over and around this, or you can just
so I think find your own way through those ideas on sort of like a core foundational framework level are kind of more unique than what Silksong is. Yeah. Expedition 33 has to be thrown in the mix for sort of bringing back turn-based in a way that we haven't really seen done this way.
It's a Paper Mario game with visuals that match. Like with visuals that are more in line with like what a lot of people playing an
double
RPG
AAA
play,
Western.
You know?
But I mean, even just the things of like, you know, you have like a quick time event of aiming the thing and like blasting it,
which is ironically very Persona without the aiming, because Persona has Persona 5 at least.
Yeah, that's true.
You just pull the gun out and it does something.
Yeah, so it's like there's a blend of ideas there in a way that feels very fresh and innovative and unique, while sort of bringing back a genre that people thought was never really going to come back.
Kind of like, you know, as they knew it.
And then Silksong is, you know, another really good Metroidvania. Yeah. We have a lot of those.
There are that was like for a long time that was the independent game genre of choice, right? Which is completely fine, and I think innovation when it comes to video, I think we're at a point where the medium is mature enough that you're not going to see those like new ideas. You're going to see refinement, and this is that.
It is a perfect example of that. Yeah,
and I think refinement is like just as valuable as innovation, if you know what I mean. Because if you refine something to a point, then that becomes the new standard. Yeah, for some people, I think certain things, like I said, I think the first impression here, great. That was great. I was like, okay, I'm moving. I don't feel like I'm the first game. You feel pretty limited, like you said, on purpose. This one, I felt like I was doing things of my own accord, a little momentum jump.
You have more expression for sure.
Exactly.
I think the fact that it is Hollow Knight, but more and more polished, is really good. You know, I would, if I had to put a number on it, which I hate doing, I would say it's like probably in that 9 range, 8.5 to 9 range. Yeah. You know, it's the Hollow Knight, Dark Souls, Metroidvania, which I don't think really had been done outside of Hollow Knight, at least not to the point of like being worth playing or engaging with.
I think is Blasphemous like that? Yeah, it's funny that we both thought that. I don't know if it's like that. I don't think it's really like thematic, like visually and thematically, it kind of matches it, but it's not maybe not gameplay wise.
No, I don't think they
does
focus.
Have a role and shit like that.
It has the role, but I think it's much more focused on combat specifically.
Yeah, that's true.
Rather than like traversal per se.
That's true. That's completely true.
I didn't play Blasphemous 2 at all though, so I don't know who knows what they did with that one. But like I don't know, those games, the game still just kind of like reeks of indie. You know what I mean? Yeah. Which is fine. Like those devs have gone on to do and partner on other projects, which is like I'm happy for them that it was a bit of an entry point.
You're talking about the Blasphemous team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they did Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, they did the new Ninja Gaiden game. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But it's kind of funny because it has some of the Shinobi isms. Yeah. When a new Shinobi game also just came out.
In fact, on Steam, they sold them as a little bundle already.
That's really funny.
And they had art, like special artwork for them being paired up. It's like, oh, this is okay. I'm glad you guys are like,
they recognize
y'all get it. Yeah. It's not, oh, buy this one or buy this one. It's just get them both.
And they're pretty different, at least from the demo. Shinobi totally is very much level based, even though there's Metroidvania aspects to the levels.
There's the funniest thing to me actually is that Shinobi feels more like what I think the Ninja Gaiden game would feel like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Shinobi felt heavily combat focused.
Exactly. It felt melee combat focused, which is not really how the other Shinobi games. Well, okay, it's the 3D Shinobi games are. And it kind of borrows the mechanic of like the enemy slowing down and just cutting through them, which is cool. But I haven't played enough. I don't own Ragebound yet. I don't own either. And I kind of wait for
a sale,
a real sale. And for I want Ragebound to. I want to see if it gets a Switch 2 version.
Yeah,
I'd like to play it handheld, and apparently the Switch version runs at 30 FPS for whatever fucking reason. I don't think it needs to.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't mind 30, but there's better.
I'm sad for the indie devs that can't get their hands on a
dev kit. Yeah, I'm sad that dev kits for that console are.
It's weird.
Being
I have my theories.
They're being weird about it. I do too.
I have my theories about it. Maybe we'll get into it. Maybe we won't.
Yeah.
But yeah, Silksong, the bosses are top fucking notch. They're really fun. I've had some that took me 30 plus minutes. As I mentioned, I had to sleep and come back to bed. I think people cry about the difficulty too much. I'm kind of sad they patched it already.
Yeah, I think
they caved.
They didn't need to touch the difficulty. I think people would have figured it out. I mean, we live in a world where
it's so
those
Souls
games like the Souls games are treated in a way where it's like people will play them and figure out how to beat these bosses and whatnot with relatively limited movesets in comparison to some other games. And I don't hear so much complaining about that. I think like what fucking your boy Timothy was saying, that people want to be part of the conversation of the game, and in order to do so, they now have this like literal skill check.
It's the classic Dark Souls Elden Ring thing too.
Yeah,
which is like that is the conversation. That's the entire conversation.
Yeah, like even like
it's ableist.
Oh my god, I hate that fucking argument for
it's ableist, and I should be able to turn the difficulty down because I need a specialized controller.
I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm gonna say this not trying to say that people with disabilities or anything should not have some kind of accommodation, but I do think I think other people speaking for them in a way that's like they need the games to be easier. No, they don't.
Yeah,
they just need better control systems and better perception. Accessibility when it comes to perception. They don't need the game to be easier,
right?
Because there are people. Speaking of fighting games, there are people with severe disabilities
that are going crazy
that can beat literally everybody they play against. Unfortunately, the one I'm thinking about, he died recently.
Oh yeah.
But it's like it's not. You don't need to infantilize these players. They can deal with the game design. They need what people need are just things to help them perceive the game.
Right.
If that's color blindness, if that's deafness, if that's with control, anything like that.
Yeah, and the accessibility controllers are great for that, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of ways to solve that kind of a problem. And I just think like it might take them longer, or it might be harder for them.
It might be harder for them to adapt to the way certain things are designed, but to presume that they can't adapt to it is to presume that they couldn't get this
less
far
than a
in
week
life.
Out. Yeah, it's
like,
been 5 days.
Yeah, it's like fuck off. Y'all will be fine. Not to mention sometimes the vision of a game is literally, like game designers make a game and they're like, not everybody's going to finish it, and that's it.
Yeah,
like some people are going to finish it, and some people aren't.
It's wild to me.
Yeah.
That they spent this long to make and tune this particular game and it shows.
Yeah.
And people complain that it's too hard or that it's not tuned properly.
It's like, that's one of those things where I don't know what the expectation, and it's not an invalid criticism to say, oh, it's not tuned properly, because when you're working on a game so long, you end up becoming good at it. And if you,
there's definitely
if
truth
you're the
to
one,
that.
like if you're building it for your,
and developers are not like going to end up being the best at their own game anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes they are, sometimes they're not.
But they sometimes like won't even, they'll overlook stuff. You know, you might miss an important element, or like you know, wave dashing. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, and even then, it's like they might see it and not really recognize the implications of it.
That's what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, like the implications of how something might get leveraged to abuse the game
to just exploit the
exploits.
And the perfect example of that is fucking Altered Beast, where every boss is basically you just exploit the shit out of it. They're all designed like shit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, like, the name of the game is cheesing it, and the game's 10 minutes long as a result.
I do think they should have charged more than $20 for this game.
Why do you think that?
Because I think they're scared of the crowd of people that want everything to be free.
Yeah.
And they don't value it. To me, it is almost like they don't value their own work enough.
Sure.
I think they could have sold it for like 30, maybe even 40. And very easily could have gotten like perfectly fine sales.
Yeah.
Like, it's so obvious that this is a cut above all the other indie developers.
It's a cut above a lot of the
and it kind of like
come out. Yeah.
It's the same problem as when, like, my wife being a wedding photographer, when a wedding photographer does weddings for free.
Oh yeah. It's, I mean, like, I do design work, and if people are doing
it's great to build your portfolio.
Yeah.
But like, it's genuinely a industry problem,
right?
When people don't value their own self and their own work enough to charge for it, because it affects everybody else in the industry.
It sets an expectation, and I'm like,
exactly.
And on like two different ends of that, I think if they wanted to price it at $20, and that was probably part of their plan a long time ago,
right?
And they wanted to follow through with that.
Because that's how much, or Hollow Knight was 15?
Hollow Knight was 15.
Yeah.
15 even.
Right.
Actually, it wasn't even $14.99. It was 15 even.
Oh, that's weird.
In fact, yeah, we're both going to check. Hold on.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Not the physical version. The Walmart digital version is, what's it called? The Nintendo version is 15 even.
What's kind of funny about the wedding industry comparison, though, is that like there are other people that will compensate for that, and like there's a balancing factor there, where like venues, if they're prestigious enough, they like literally won't let wedding photographers work there if they're not charging enough.
Yeah,
because it's like you're diminishing the brand of the venue.
The venue now, the venue is getting hit with that expectation, and it's not,
or even just the clientele, right?
Yeah.
So, I think.
Oh no, it's $14.99.
I think they should. I think they should have charged more. People are going to get mad about that in a climate where, you know, video games are more expensive than ever, and we got $80 games occasionally, and console prices all just inflated.
One of the problems, like I already know, I can't read that chat. Is Peter Parker a wig? What? It's just the last thing that's been posted in that chat.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a good question. He's not, but I think at least in this case, the pricing, if the pricing affects other developers and publishers in the industry, that's their problem to worry about. I think they don't have to really. Some have already expressed concern with it, but I also think that they have an opportunity to kind of decide what the standard now is for quality to price for their work. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean.
So Team Cherry releases this game after 7 years,
right,
for $20.
Yep.
And so that game taking that long, that was the price for a lot of people. The price is
time.
The price is that 7-year wait, not knowing when it's coming out, and then kind of just dropping on a random September or Thursday. Whereas these other developers are like, they announce a game, they announce it for the price that it is, and it releases maybe within the year, and the expectations are set appropriately, and people aren't waiting, so they've planned around it. They can guarantee.
I see. So you think that they wronged their consumer base by announcing it too early, and by
saying wronged, I think is the wrong
it's
word.
A cost. What you're saying is they cost their audience.
What I think is not, they didn't wrong them, but because like there's a Kickstarter and everything where people were promised.
That's true.
This game, and
there was a Silksong Kickstarter.
The Hollow Knight Kickstarter included Silksong as DLC.
Oh,
it also included a Wii U version of the original game.
That's
as far as
right.
I remember.
That's right.
So
and they're like, this is big enough now that we're just gonna make a whole game.
Right. So you put all that together. So and the problem is that the expectation was set years ago.
Yeah, that's okay.
And that's the price they're paying, not releasing something. Whereas if you release a product of a certain quality now, you can also set the expectation earlier and have the game come out just as soon. When, of course, it's up to the consumer the consumers now that might be buying the game don't have that 7-year wait to think about. But so they might be doing the comparison. But just in general, that's where you have to decide what you're going to do. And they have to hope that Silksong has long enough legs, pun not intended, to
what's the pun?
Just a lot of the enemies and shit are bugs. They have long legs and shit. Don't worry about it.
That was a reach of a pun.
Whatever, it's fine. But they have to hope that the game has the legs to carry them just as long as the original Hollow Knight did. You know what I mean? I
do. I mean, I wouldn't say there's an expectation of that they're going to do like, a season pass of DLC or anything.
Yeah.
The game's more than big enough as it is, given how many hours I've already put into it.
And I suspect this is going to be a Tears of the Kingdom situation where the game doesn't get DLC like the original game did.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, okay, we know what to make.
We've exhausted
these things
all of our ideas
in the game as content in the game. We don't have to make it DLC because now we already know how to do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, like time is money essentially.
Yeah.
And I think that's what is happening here. And speaking of Ragebound and Shinobi, those were announced like a year ago.
It's true
at the most, and they came out at the price that they did, and people liked them. And
it's an interesting thing.
It'll be fun.
It's an interesting thing.
Yeah,
I think I'm happy to pay more for games that are higher quality.
I don't disagree with that necessarily. I mean, at the same time, I am more willing to find ways to make them not full price nowadays too.
That's the other thing, is that Silksong being a multi-plat indie game, like there is the expectation that it's going to be 50% off in 6 months. You know what I mean? So that also sort of like undercuts.
Yeah, that I actually don't like.
I really don't like that.
That I don't like. That's.
I think Nintendo has it fucking right with that, with the pricing. It's like, we're going to go down occasionally. Yeah. We're going to go max 66% of the original price.
Yeah.
If you want to do whatever you want with physical, that's your shit. You can do whatever you want.
You already
like,
bought the
that is a good model. Like, value your shit.
Yeah, for the sake of the publisher and the people putting out games, I agree with that for sure. Even if it hurts the feelings of some people that are trying to buy the games
to be free or fucking pirated or whatever.
Exactly. It's like I get it. I get being annoyed at Mario Kart being $80, but like I said, there's a way to get it for not $80.
Yeah.
Like Metal Gear, which we may or may not talk about depending on how long we stick on this. That game was $70. Ken graciously posted a Green Man Gaming link, so it was $52. And
Yeah, I mean,
that price I can agree with.
I don't have much more to say about Silksong. Unless you wanted to say something.
I mean, I don't really have much to say about it either. I just think I appreciate that there is a Switch 2 edition. I appreciate that it has 120 hertz mode. I appreciate that the controls feel as good as they do.
That is what I'll say.
Yeah.
I really like the Switch 2 edition for the HD Rumble.
The HD Rumble feels great too.
Is really fucking good. There's an area you didn't get to. Where there's like rain.
And
I could not only could I feel it, but they tuned it in a way where it sounds like raindrops.
That's funny as shit.
And I was like, wait. I looked around. I was like, what the fuck? And I had to pull the controller up to my ear. I was like, what?
What?
I had not heard a game use it this way. I kind of did with the Joy-Cons on the Switch 1. They had a few things that would Labo had it especially, where they would vibrate at a frequency that it made a tone. Yeah. And the tone could go up and down.
The Switch 1 has games that do that, but I think they're not.
1-2 Switch, I think, also had some of it.
1-2 Switch has it. Speaking of Street Fighter, Ultra Street Fighter 2 has it. Where if you do this, I already told you about this, but when you do the special moves, you can hear the vibration if you turn everything off and set it on a table, which is something for it to resonate with. It's making the sound that the characters, the sonic boom, it's Guile saying sonic boom in the controller.
That's really funny.
And I was like, what the fuck? I heard this during a break when I was playing with somebody. And I was just like, yo, he's saying fucking sonic boom?
Yeah.
Is he saying Hadouken? Is Tiger Shot? What the fuck? But yeah. So I think like I was saying, my impression of Silksong is better than my impression of Hollow Knight. There's certain things that stylistically don't quite just don't really match what I enjoy from things like this, but who knows? Maybe I'll give it a
What do you mean by that?
Huh?
What do you mean by that?
Just stylistic things. I don't really like the way the characters are animated. I don't really like the voices the characters have. You already know how I feel about that.
Yeah. The voices, I do agree with the I feel like there should be one filter on them to sound a little bit more like whatever the equivalent of film grain would be.
Yeah, because a lot of them just feel like people speak.
They just feel like people speak. Yeah, exactly.
And that's like it comes
in a
off,
studio too.
It comes off as kind of annoying to me, and it's it's not the game's fault. It's just something between me and it that it's not my style. And I think that paired with the other stylistic things of the game, where it kind of these games have the art style of excuse me, but of a white kid drawing in their fucking notebook.
Yeah, I can understand where you're coming from.
And just something about that is but
it's a little crude.
It's
and
it's crude
lacking
in a way that's
a depth of art style a little bit.
It's I don't know about lacking a depth. It's more it's just not a style that I'm too crazy about. That's it.
Fair. What I think I agree, because I felt similarly about Hollow Knight, but again, Hollow Knight,
I feel exactly the same way.
The Hollow Knight in the early phases, especially, I was like, this game's kind of ugly, but it's unique enough.
Yeah,
and there's a balance of cute and ugly that I think I thought that was what they were going for.
I don't get the cute part. Everything's just kind of ugly to me. I understand that it's supposed to be cute in some way. It comes off as ugly to me, unfortunately.
I think Silksong strikes the balance better, and I really like the environment art in Silksong specifically.
Yeah,
I think it looks really nice.
The environments look
the number of layers they have in the background doing the parallax thing to make it look 3D.
Yeah, I'm sure there's.
I think it looks really good.
Is this game made in Unity?
I don't know.
Because if a game is made in Unity, the whole game actually technically is 3D. It's just 2D planes lined up, because Unity doesn't do actual 2D.
Right.
So that's probably what's going on.
It could be, yeah.
In fact, I'm sure this was going on, actually. But, okay. Other game came out.
Migs.
Metal Gear Solid Delta finally came out after being announced for a year and a half. Speaking of...
People say the performance is bad.
People say the performance is bad. I think on PC, at least my configuration, I know what this sounds like. On my configuration, it was fine. I had...
what are you playing
a couple of set... Huh?
What are you playing it at?
I play at 1080p. On the game only goes up to 60 FPS without mods or anything. So I didn't use any frame generation that's offered to me by the GPU that I have, and I thought it was fine. I even turned the upscaling off. I was playing native 1080p. Ran fine. Cutscenes ran at 60 FPS, all of them. I've seen the console performance. It's not quite great there.
Yeah.
The cutscenes look
interesting that it's better on PC.
Yeah, there's something about this feels like it was built on PCs and then just they made cuts to get them on the consoles. Like even PS5 Pro has issues compared to the standard PS5.
Yeah, it's apparently worse.
Which
is real weird.
It's
especially for a game like Metal Gear that you would think would have PlayStation backing.
Well, it's on top of that, it's Virtuos made the game, and they did the same thing they did with the Oblivion remaster, which funny enough came out a few months ago.
Yeah.
It's the original game with some stuff grafted onto it and Unreal Engine wrapping around it and putting graphics on top of it. And like the file size is fucking huge. It's over 100 gigabytes.
It's just all textures.
And I'm just like, it's all textures. There's some new sounds. There's a couple of new voice clips, blah, blah, blah. But there's all the original voiceovers. I imagine they're uncompressed this time. Because they were better about keeping recordings, unlike the original Metal Gear Solid, which was recorded in like people's garages and shit. But I do believe that this game is a lot of fun. I think Metal Gear Solid Delta is more of a celebration of Metal Gear Solid 3 than it is a replacement. Like I can guarantee you.
Does it feel different, even though it's the same game underneath?
It's got it. So they grafted on some Metal Gear Solid 5 mechanics.
That's right. Crouch walking,
even though that was in the 3DS version.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So there's crouch walking, but the crawling, some of the just mechanics with aiming, all of that is basically straight out of MGS5. Whether it's the same code or just kind of recreated, which I think it's more likely. In some ways, it makes the game easier, but they also kind of rebalance each area the way enemies deal with you slightly per mode, which is like if you in the subsistence version of the game, you can just click the right stick and the camera would go back to the original Snake Eater camera and then go back down to the third-person camera.
Yeah.
In this, if you switch modes mid-game, it sends you back to the last checkpoint, kind of like the 2D and 3D modes of
I forgot that
Dragon Quest 11.
I forgot that the original game only had top-down camera.
The original game only.
I think I've only played Subsistence.
I think that's what a lot of people's memory of the game is,
because that's the HD release.
Well, it's the HD release, and it came out not that long after the original Snake Eater.
Yeah.
Thus, more people, when you were going to the store to buy Metal Gear Solid 3, that's probably the version that was on the shelf.
Yeah.
Because the original Metal Gear Solid 3, it feels like it's missing things. It just feels like it feels incomplete. It feels like they didn't fully lean into the vision they wanted to, and that camera really changes things. Yeah. Just being able to see in front of you and not just treat it like the way the other games are, where they're kind of like pseudo 2D top-down games,
right?
Which works in these very sterile metal environments that are in Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, and Metal Gear 1 and 2,
right?
But what was I going to say? Delta has I think the game looks great. Like I said, I enjoyed it on PC. I think it controls well. I think the various modes they re-recorded Snake Eater, which I don't really like the new version so much because it kind of overdoes it in some places. I'm like, you can still sing obviously, but I like the original more. And you have to use Legacy mode to get the old title screen, to get that version of the song. So to have that song on the
is Legacy mode still Subsistence?
Legacy mode is Snake Eater, but
interesting.
with weird new you can't do the third person camera.
Weird.
You have to, like I said, when you switch mode, it doesn't go back to the last checkpoint for you to.
That's a weird combination of things.
Yeah, and that's part of what I'm thinking. Like, because of what they did to the game to make it to turn it into Delta, which is I think why they didn't call it 3.
Right.
To turn it into Delta, it's kind of just a different game with using Metal Gear Solid 3 as its base underpainting. And like I said, they put the HD the Legacy collection out not that long ago. It was like last year, 2 years ago. I think it was 2023. I bought it last year, and I think that was a year after it came out, so it must have been 2023. But one way or another, you can play Metal Gear Solid 3, the original game, on modern consoles, like on the same console that you would buy Delta on, and play it just fine. It's like I said, it's not really a replacement. It's just another version and kind of a celebratory version of the game that has the Ape Escape stuff. They made a Bomberman mode for the they made a Bomberman mode for the Xbox version. Astrobot is in the fucking Ape Escape mode, which is really funny as shit. I think
it's weird seeing Astrobot in a Metal Gear game on PC.
On PC,
like weird combination of things.
And like, you know,
gotcha.
Yeah, and he's like
strangling a monkey.
Oh, the monkey, yeah, he's just like hanging out with the monkey, like. So yeah, there isn't really much to talk about with this version without getting into like minutia that isn't really important for a podcast like this. It's stuff you have to see to understand. Like there's some differences with the big the boss fight.
Oh, interesting.
Like this one's easy because everybody talked about it and I noticed it while I was playing. Instead of getting the exclamation point for the counter, you get into the attack and they use more of like an MGS5 style slow-mo. So when it goes into slow-mo, that's your point to counter.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, oh, okay. Like it's basically just as easy to read. You just need to understand that it's different. Right. And if you didn't play the original game, then you won't know the difference. You know what I mean? And I understand that they developed this game with the intent of making the game palatable for people that don't want to deal with those PSD
feel
controls.
Like the slow-mo would be more in line with the vision. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like an exclamation point is almost like kind of them using what they had available.
Right. And I like that's a very gamey way, and it's less cinematic for this fight that's meant to be like
very emotional.
Yeah, it's meant to be the most like the most gameplay and cinematic combination in the game is that point.
Right.
Like it doesn't really happen. It doesn't really meld like that anywhere else in the game. So I think like even the torture sequence that happens, you don't actually participate in.
Oh, interesting.
In MGS3, you never did.
Really?
MGS2.
Oh, you just wait till you get all the way down.
It. Yeah.
They make you think you can input though, right? Because it's a reference to one.
Yeah. Is there something I don't think there's anything you input because you just watch the screen's black and Vulcan sends your health and stamina down a little bit. But the Guy Savage minigame is
just purely referential.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Guy Savage minigame is in the game. Oh, you know what? I think I know why. Because that torture scene can't have multiple results. The result would then just be you die or you don't, and that's boring. There's no point.
But isn't that how the first game works?
Well, the first game works is if you give up, then you deal with Otacon at the end. If you don't give up, you go with Meryl at the end.
Oh, that's right.
And then So
I thought you died if you don't.
You can die. You can die, but you can choose to give up. That's what I'm saying. There's no like that. That's a more interesting gameplay choice than you die or you don't. Right. You know what I mean?
Because I'll be honest, I don't even remember that you can give up.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever played that ending of MGS1.
If you give up, you Otacon's driving the Jeep that you're shooting from.
Are you?
I've done both on both versions of the game.
You excited for them to give MGS1 this treatment?
I want to see if they do. I don't think the game. I think a lot of people who come to that game nowadays really find themselves liking it if they're willing to stick with it. But
which game? The original.
The original Metal Gear Solid. What I also think is if they do Metal Gear Solid 1, it might cheapen some of what happens in MGS4, like the Return of Shadow Moses pit.
So what do you think is next for Metal Gear Solid? Or Metal Gear?
I think they could easily do this kind of thing for is MGS2.
Yeah.
I don't think a new game is really appropriate, like a new Solid game. I think if they want to do Metal Gear, they need to have a totally new like plot, characters, everything. Like no Snake,
universe,
no anything. Exactly. And at that point, why even call it Metal Gear?
Right.
But at the same time, if they do want to call it Metal Gear, then they can mechanically lean into that and work with what they.
I mean, they could do not just 2, but they could do this to 4.
They could do this to 4, though. I think 4.
I almost wonder if that is where they're angling, because I almost wonder if they just like have given up the ghost on bringing 4 forward,
porting it. Yeah.
It's like fuck it, we're just gonna take what we can.
Yeah.
Make it a different game.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Quad.
Metal Gear fucking. I don't even know what they would call it.
Gamma. What is the? I mean,
4.
I think that's the 4. Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta. No, Delta's the 4.
Yeah, because Delta's they use it because it's like a
triangle,
different.
Rectangle.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid fucking rhombus. If they wanted to do MGS4, I think what would end up happening, especially like Oblivion was a PS3 era game too.
Yeah. And Oblivion looks so good.
The Oblivion remaster
compared to the
looks
original
great.
Oblivion, especially.
Yeah.
I mean, I think MGS4 looks really good.
That's what I'm saying. MGS4
it's probably the best looking PS3 game.
In it, I'll say with Delta, you can see the art style is different. Like Metal Gear Solid 3 is a cartoony game,
right?
And when you see some of the animations from that game on these more realistic character models, you're like, even if they're mocap, it's like something like
it's like uncanny.
Yeah, like watching this more realistic and in more detailed, I should say, Revolver Ocelot pat his face after a motorcycle gets rode up it. It looks ridiculous, and they actually even changed Ocelot's face in the Delta version specifically to look more in line with what he will look like in MGS
old Ocelot,
1, 2, and 4. So, which I think is a fine enough choice. But now it kind of clashes with the way he looks in fucking MGS 5.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but
was that the idea behind 5? Was make him look like he looks in 3?
In 5,
I always thought 5 was just an anomaly. He looks so weird.
He looks so weird in 5, but 5 is him between. Is literally.
I get that chronology wise.
No. I'm not talking about chronology wise. I'm talking about design wise.
Oh.
It's literally moving the slider between 3 and 2, because he's got some of the stuff. He doesn't wear the jacket all the time. He has stuff that he wears in like MGS 1, but his hairline hasn't quite gone back, but his hair is already white.
Yeah,
but he has like the square shaped face in 5.
It's more the face is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the face is like a mix of Troy Baker and
Troy Baker.
Yeah,
they had to
it's like Troy Baker face, but squared up.
Yeah,
but Ocelot's face is more oval.
Yeah,
and long. So it's just like
this is fucking weird.
Man. Yeah, it's a weird combination.
He needs to stop hiring Troy Baker. He's in too much.
He's in both Death Stranding games. He's in
Dude, it's so.
Yeah.
I'm tired of that, man. I'm sorry. I know that he's talented at voice acting and all that good stuff. Many beloved roles, but like, let's get some new blood in here.
Yeah. Funny enough, Robin Akin Downs is in a lot of Metal Gear games, but he's like Kaz. He's in Kazuhira Miller. He's in MGS Peace Walker Onward. But he was like guards' voices, and when you know it, because I've heard his voice so much now, when you hear it in 3 or Delta, because he plays some of the guards, you're like, oh my fucking god, that's fucking Kaz. That's just Kaz. That's just Travis Touchdown fucking going off at me right now. It's funny as shit. Like when you do the thing where you interrogate them.
I like Peace Walker in 5.
Peace Walker is a fantastic fucking game. It hurts me a lot that the HD version, the only version of it you can play handheld is still the PSP version. Yeah. Like that shit needs to be on Switch. That shit needs to be on PC.
That would be such a fucking good Switch game, dude.
That would have been the perfect Switch game. Give it a little bit of a tune up for, I don't know, just the newer hardware again, and then and that would have been a perfect Street Pass game too. But I understand why it's not on 3DS. So.
It's crazy how like before I played 5, I was like, oh yeah, I love the Metal Gear Solid franchise, and I love the way that it ended.
Yeah.
And then with 5 being sort of like a bonus game.
Yeah, it treats itself like
having like the best gameplay in the franchise, and then also being like such a withholding narrative.
Yeah.
That it's just like leaves me feeling now empty.
Yeah. It leaves you feeling that phantom pain,
Empty and wanting for like closure.
Yeah.
Fucking affected me.
And
shouldn't have played it.
And you're never gonna get it.
Shouldn't have played it. Should have never gone to war. Should have never gotten PTSD.
You absolutely
shouldn't have fucking got my arm amputated.
Whatever. But in short, though, like this obviously isn't a review, but I do think if you're interested in Delta, just go ahead and get it. You can wait for it to be on sale, whatever. But I think you'll have a good time.
$70 steep.
$70 is steep. I don't recommend paying $70.
I am willing to pay $35 for Delta.
That's fine.
Give me 50% off and I'll buy it.
50 was like the right price for me.
Yeah.
Especially since Yeah, I believe 50 was the right price just for that because there's. I appreciate the way it's put together. I had a lot of fun with it. I like the jungle environments. It's a fun game. The mud and everything looks great. It's a perfect celebration of. It's a great celebration. I won't say anything's perfect of MGS3. If you already like MGS3 and you already like Metal Gear, this game kind of acknowledges that. Even when you do the thing where you do make the decision like, I like MGS1, 2, or 3. They added 4, they added Peace Walker, they added 5.
Oh, that's
cool. And you get little bonuses for that too. Or and there's a new option like, I like everything about Metal Gear Solid or Metal Gear, and they don't acknowledge Survive. So it's like, okay, we're in good shape.
Survive.
Yeah, Survive's.
You didn't like Survive?
Survive sucks, and they changed the controls.
Not like the actual game sucks.
The game sucks.
It's not just that it's like
I didn't like I tried the game. I played the beta when it was out. I played some of the game after it released. I don't own it. I was just like, this game is not.
It's funny.
This game's real. It's more annoying than anything else. And then they try to tie it back into MGS5, and it's
you know what they need to do? They need to remake Metal Gear in 3D.
Yeah, you've been on too many. You've seen too many posts.
Hire this man.
What I think they need to do is remake the game in the style of Metal Gear Solid 1.
I do think that'd be cool. Yeah. I think some kind of a modernized version of those games.
Like more modern,
HD
but it doesn't
2D or whatever.
It does not need to be like MGS Delta or MGS 4 or 5 or whatever. I don't need it to be like that.
Not full 3D.
I want it to be top down.
Retain the quote unquote camera.
Yeah. I want the core gameplay to still be there.
Right.
And but modernize with better controls and
that would be cool.
And more colors because the first game has like 3 colors.
Yeah, it's a really ugly game.
Yeah, the second game looks fine, but the first game is doo-doo brown.
Yeah, it's
green.
really painful to look at. It looks like a generic NES game.
Yeah, I mean it's not any. I'm talking about the MSX version. I'm talking about the original game.
You're right. They're both MSX games. Yeah. But I associate it with the time period of NES, and I associate it with like.
What did I touch?
Why?
Am I dying?
What?
Am I dying?
What are you talking about?
My fingers look weird.
Like weird how?
Like purplish?
These two.
Yeah.
Just those two.
And that.
What is this?
Oh, it's that. It's because of that.
What is it? I don't even know what it is.
It's a piece of string from my pocket.
Oh.
It's because of this. It's the dye from this. This is blood because I actually scratched a stab in my leg. But yeah, okay. I was like, is this it?
Yeah.
Is my heart not beating?
It's over. No more blood flow.
I feel fine. But yeah, so.
Did you beat it on European Mischief mode or whatever it's called?
European Extreme?
Yeah.
No, I beat it. My run has been on normal, and then I started another run on hard for the collectibles. I haven't finished that yet, though.
Like the dog tags?
Not the dog tag. Like there's the videos. You have to hold up guys for the little bonus videos.
Oh, right.
They added there used to be the little frogs, the keratons or whatever.
Oh,
They added geckos, which are ducks.
Oh,
so that's another one of those things to find everywhere. Then there's the Ape Escape stuff that's completely separate from the game.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Games should be short.
Yeah.
They should be played through many times.
Yeah. The game
for different reasons.
And the game counts how many times you play through the game.
That's good.
Too. So it's like, yeah.
Like the perfect game is 45 minutes long.
Okay, wait a minute.
And expects you to play through it like 45 times to get the perfect ending.
for a style, maybe. That's
Are there any games like that? I can't really think. I mean,
Star Fox 64.
Kinda. It's not 45 minutes.
It's like an hour, an hour 15.
Maybe but that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like,
but yeah,
that's the good shit.
Like you can't
and
get
not
that
arcadey in the sense that it's hard. It's like annoying to beat it. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I'd like more of those, and we could get. We've said this multiple times before.
Then you get people tweeting $45.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I've said this many times before too, but I think we're at a point where discourse about video games online sucks.
Yeah,
it just sucks. Reviews suck. They all jump the gun.
Everyone's a video game journalist.
Forums, everyone's a video game journalist. Everyone hates everything.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as just disliking a thing. It's like I've had to hear people say Switch 2 is the downfall of video games. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, it's not. That's not true.
I mean, they're right.
I've heard a lot of different things. I'm like, you can just not like something. Like what he was.
Everything is for me.
No, but like what like your boy was saying, people co-opting social justice terminology for this shit. I'm like, no, motherfucker, don't you fucking insult my intelligence with this shit. This is PlayStation.
Yeah.
This is people's lives. We don't need the PlayStation. These people need to live. Don't make them the same thing.
Should I scream about being asked if I'm a male or a female in Starfield? Pronouns.
Like, that's the stupidest fucking shit. Not the fact that they do that. What they do, complaining about that, is literally just one click away. Oh, I'm male. If that's what you want, then they're asking you. They're asking you. You get to say.
I'm oppressed because they called it body type instead of gender.
I'm oppressed because it's not man or woman. It's body A or body B. It's like, fuck off, skid mark ass fucking moron.
I'm oppressed, and they should change it for me.
They have to change it for me. Why can't we go back to the old days where we made fun of Chinese people? Fucking.
It's sad. We need to make America great again.
Yeah, I know. All right, so I guess that's the end of this episode. There's no higher fans. I know they're making a Sonic Rush remake. I haven't, they're making a fan remake of it.
Sonic fan remake.
I haven't looked at it yet, so that's going to be what I'm talking about next time. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's kind of an important piece of the game.
Yeah, but if they miss that important detail.
No, it's modernized so you can just play it on a single screen.
It's modernized so it completely loses its identity.
It's modernized to be more playable on modern hardware.
It's the same danger that they took with The World Ends With You putting on anything other than DS.
Yeah, but I don't know how I feel about iPad version of Tweemy.
iPad version, fucking Switch version, fucking.
I mean, Square Enix went fucking crazy with all their iOS versions.
I'm glad they kept the game around though. That's important.
Purists are gonna freak out at you though.
Purists,
if you like it. If you like those Dragon Quest versions.
I'm a Dragon Quest?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that they have on iOS.
Yeah, man, I'm a purist about certain things. On the other hand, sometimes it's like, gotta just get over it.
That's because you're not a gamer or a fan of video games.
And you're right. For the record.
All right, we've gone on long enough. No higher fans, as Geron said. Until next time, if you like this shit, give us a like, comment, subscribe. We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Podbean. We're at memoryleakpodcast@gmail.com.
Send an email.
Until next time.
Charles, gamers. I know you're still listening.
Peace.